And we're ready to go.
Yeah, go on, hit it.
D 0 and 2.
Are we? Is this it?
Yeah, go,
Yeah, this is
Adzi.
it.
Go, Adzi.
It's a
This is it.
slow
No,
start,
no, no.
but it's a
this
long
is
season.
it.
Welcome back to the
And we're ready to go.
All good things come to an end. We're here to celebrate the end of Melbourne's 2025 season at approximately 6 o'clock on Sunday night against North Melbourne. I'm just joking. Derek, we're going to miss you.
We love Derek.
He's the real reason.
It's Derek. We're here. Adzi missed the memo.
Yeah, sorry. Just wearing a normal t-shirt.
That's okay. That's fine. But the boys have dressed up for Derek because, of course, this is the last episode. It's very sad. You've done about 6 episodes with Derek, so
Yeah, look.
must be gut-wrenching for you.
Yeah, it is. He's always been fantastic value. And he's hiding behind the curtain at the moment. I'm sure he's blushing. But yeah.
We'll get him in later. Marker, great shirt.
Thanks, mate.
Mambo.
Yeah, Mambo. An ode to the 90s, where I'm sure Derek was doing his best work.
But how you going, guys? We good?
No.
Also, there will be a mysterious character that floats into the show from
Called
time
him.
to time.
He's in the outer.
Yeah. We don't know what to call him.
Sam?
What we've always called him.
Yeah, maybe we'll call him Sam.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The name might evolve over time. But reveal yourself.
Hi, guys.
So you won't actually see him on camera. Oh, have you flipped the camera around,
Oh,
Derek?
well
Yeah, he's got
done.
it.
Oh my
Derek
God.
has got it. Sign him up.
Good at what
Whoa!
he does.
Don't leave.
I know. Why are we leaving? Sorry,
Good that you
Derek.
guys are wearing the party shirts, assuming people actually watch on YouTube.
I think so. Oh, they're starting.
It's a
to.
great point. No one's watching.
No, they're starting to.
Well,
Yeah. They are.
show me the
I'm
numbers,
also
mate.
wearing one.
yeah.
So, boys, last weekend, we'll start
Mm.
there.
Mm.
I mean, I was with Marker, Nuggets, and Maury. You two boys were over in Fiji.
Mhm.
I'm going to come to you first.
You should be wearing these shirts. I mean, you just came from Fiji.
Yeah. Vinaka.
I'm going to come to you first. Were you watching in a resort?
Well, we actually got kicked out of this bar because the NRL was on.
Oh,
Mm.
So they got there first. And then
Oh, tough tanks.
had to download a VPN, paid $80 for it, and then
so
so
paid $80 to watch.
well, it
Melbourne
was a
lose tonight.
trial, but actually I need to stop that before I get charged.
yeah. Cancel that, cuz.
So
Fuck it.
yeah, and then we were sort
we,
of
we
just
got about one quarter.
we got a quarter.
and then in the last quarter, we're just watching on the app. And in about 5 minutes, we're like, it's only 3 goals. And then 5 minutes later, okay, we're down by 45 points.
How bad was it?
Well, we didn't see
Don't
it.
know. No,
They were leathered in Fiji, mate. I
we're
think
on
they were having a good time.
all-inclusive package, so
Yeah.
we're having a great time. Hola.
Oh, it's the best.
In that car,
I love Fiji. It's so
Amazing
it's the
people.
best.
Yeah.
Well, never been.
best.
Well done, guys.
good. Marker left, I think, 5 minutes into the fourth, which was a very good time to leave.
Yeah.
You know the people that go, oh, you don't leave early. You
Was
had
that an angry
every
leave?
right.
Yeah. For
No.
sure.
It was a
So you didn't have something on?
no.
God, no.
It
Okay.
wasn't an angry leave. It was from what I saw from his face, and we talked about this before. A completely shell shocked.
Like a season done leave?
It's like you know when someone is like so rattled and like their face like sort of drops.
Yeah.
It was that, and I was like, "It's all right, Marker." So I stayed and watched it out and had some giggles, but yeah, it was a pretty rough game.
Yeah. I'm not much of a lever, but I was just like, it was infuriating to watch it unfold the way that it did.
It's all good, Jake.
But yeah, it's round 2,
Yeah.
so we've got another 20 games of that shit, so that'll be good. Move on to the next week. I'll still rock up next week.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there.
Are we all going?
All there?
Sam, Matt.
I'm go-karting.
What?
What
you
do
got
you
a
mean?
Bucks on?
Yeah, I've got a Bucks party.
Who's Bucks?
Juan, he's Colombian.
One?
Yeah.
I didn't get the call up. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What, from work?
No,
Nah,
no.
just a friend.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought we had something, but obviously we don't.
Is that
You
this
didn't-
Saturday? Yeah.
You didn't cop it?
Yeah, where are you go-karting?
Oscarts in Port Melbourne.
Well,
Oh,
you can
right.
have a little, screen going.
Yeah,
while
I'll
you
be
go karting.
watching whilst I'm driving from pole.
From Paul.
Finished bottom when we did that for Kermeens Bucks.
I feel like Juan would tear up the track.
Are you good? Do you rate
He
yourself?
was in the Navy, so yeah. Probably, sorry.
You rate yourself at go-karting?
Yeah.
It takes one to know
Are you-
one.
What character were you in Mario Kart?
Yoshi.
You, Marco?
I was Toad. I was Koopa in Super Nintendo, and then 64 came.
It's
and
only
then-
64, Marco. Come
No,
on.
no, 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 no. Super Nintendo's OG. I was Koopa. Let me finish. And then we came, and then we came into 64 era. Koopa wasn't there. Where do I go? Where do I go? Went with Toad.
Toad.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What were you, Nuggets? 64.
Well, it depends which.
oh, don't go down the rabbit hole. I just
No,
want-
it does because like
If you're doing battle,
yeah, if you're doing battle,
yeah,
Oh,
then
wait,
you're
we're
Bowser.
talking JP.
no, I mean you want to get it'd be
150
race to Bowser, but
150
you.
cc JP. Mushroom Cup.
I did like to be one of the bigger blokes. So
in
like
the
Warrior,
fast ones.
yeah,
That was me.
Warrior or Donkey Kong because my cousin would always get
So
Bowser
Yoshi-
before me.
Toad and Peach were always the quickest.
Yeah, but Wario was the most versatile. That's why I went him.
But no one ever went Mario or Luigi.
Yeah, because they sucked.
They
They're
really
just-
should have made them
they're
better.
they're just like the third tall. They're no good.
Bowser or Donkey Kong? Did anyone
Bowser-
ever go that? So a few people went
Bowser's
Bowser.
better. Bowser's better.
Yeah.
Because Bowser can take everyone out.
Yeah, he's
Sam?
a dinosaur.
I'm Wario. I'm gonna win.
You're Wario.
Wario.
You're Wario as well.
No, I was.
No, you
I
were
was
Toad.
always Yoshi.
Oh.
Yoshi.
Okay, fair enough.
So what would happen if you
It's a
guys were
race to
playing?
top left.
Yeah, you just gotta
See, no one would go Toad, so it'd be a nice little.
And
you know,
then
cruisy.
if Yoshi lit up, then it was going to Toad, and then if Toad, and then you'd be like, oh,
That's
I
part
got
of the
picked.
game. Part of the game is selecting the player.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mario Kart.
what the
very
fuck
good.
are we talking about?
This is the debrief. Or...
This is Derek's party. So this is the celebration of Derek and leaving the studio. We may as well talk about Chin. Let's get positive. We can get dark at times, but let's talk about Chin. That
yeah,
was
deserves
sick.
credit because he was definitely someone that we love to give it to him. I mean, he has been a frustrating player, and look, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes out this week and does very little because that's well up and
Whoa.
hey,
saying it like in a nice way.
this is hey this is an honest space. I feel like we
we're
can
in
be
the nest.
honest.
Yeah, we're in the nest.
We're in the nest, and I feel like I would love to be proven wrong. Oh,
I think
boy.
you're spot on.
But
Backup performance.
but that's what we've been crying out for.
Mm.
Actually, consistency is what we've been crying out for because I feel like he's definitely capable of doing that.
That
sort
was
of stuff.
awesome.
I think he
You
was
know what I mean?
arguably the best player on the ground, including
Same.
North.
Yeah,
I think it's a positive
Um,
that he did it when we lost by 10 goals.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
10 goals against North, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But seriously, if he did that and we won by 10 goals,
yeah, but you
look
call
at
him
it
a
as-
downhill skier.
Exactly. So
Right,
he was
yeah.
actually one person. I think Nuggets, you were saying you
Yeah.
watch the last quarter and see if someone digs in,
Mm.
and he was one of those players.
He was the only player.
Yeah.
Like Clary did some stuff, I think,
Clary
in the
had
last quarter.
36 and 1.
Yeah. I didn't
12
really.
clearances.
It's a pretty good game. Ben.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. But the last quarter specifically, I don't
Yeah.
know if I noticed Clary that much.
If we won, everyone would be talking about Clary, though.
Yeah, but we didn't, and we lost by 10
No,
goals.
I
so
understand
It's, not,
that.
it's a big if. If is a stupid word.
No, it's not.
We
because
shouldn't
to-
say if.
No, it's not. Because
Especially
to
if it was 60. Especially
Yeah, but what's
when
the
it was 10
difference?
goals.
If we won by 100 points, we
If
would
we-
have been
I reckon
wrapped.
you could
what
say-
I'm saying is, what was the difference between if we'd won or lost? Like Clary's game was still massive. I don't.
If I was born a girl, I'd be a different person.
Oh, hang
Profound.
On, would you though?
Petracca,
Controversial.
Petracca and Viney did nothing.
Yeah.
Contested possessions were low. Clearances were low. Clary was doing all the work in there. Langdon in the middle didn't work. Rivers didn't work when he went to
Rivers is a
halfback.
different player from last year, isn't he?
It's the first
So-
couple of.
I
two
know,
games.
but
Wasn't he
it's,
pretty
hey,
good against
we're in the
GWS?
nest.
All right, are we whipping out the pile?
Not just yet.
Not yet.
It's almost like
Oh.
who isn't on the pile.
Yeah.
Not
So
yet.
Cade amazingly is not on the pile
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
because
wild.
he was so expected pile. So we can
Ah.
why don't we talk about expected pile, and then
Let's just.
and
I
then
feel
I
like
don't
we
want
should
Pyle
give
yet.
it. Yeah, let's give it a couple of weeks.
I reckon we got to see how it plays out. If we lose to the Suns and we lose to Geelong, which is almost guaranteed,
well, can we have
it's
a
pile?
can we
It's
so
pile.
so if that happens,
0-4. Oh,
and that's
God.
another if as well.
I love how
I
coming
don't like
into
living in
the
the ifs.
I love how coming into the season we're like, oh, we got got a good fixture at the start. We should be,
Coming into the season, let's jump back. I know we'll talk about the Suns soon, but GWS, everyone expected to lose. Everyone expected to beat North. Everyone expected to beat Suns. At the very best, we're going to be 2-2 because of Geelong next week. So if we're 1-3, we have to win this game. This is an absolute must win. If we don't win this game, we're 0-4. I
Well, do
think
you
it's
think
almost season done.
Right now, we will win. And we'll go around to everyone.
Sure.
Do you think we'll win?
Against Suns?
Yep.
I actually do.
Matt?
Yeah.
Marker?
Not confident.
Yeah, okay, so that's a no.
I'll say no.
Sam?
Very confident.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think we'll win.
Why are you very confident, Sam? Let's get him in.
Just round 24 last year, beaten by 10 goals.
It was actually
up
like-
there.
no.
different
Just a
year.
fact check because I was there. I don't think it was round 24. It was round 23.
Oh!
It doesn't matter that
Who
much.
cares?
Though.
Same shit.
And 12 in a row against them. We've had the wood over this team, and at the G, lock it in.
They're 3-10 on the road. as
And
well.
and someone brought it up before that it's 12 games in a row.
He literally just said that.
I
Edit
couldn't
that
hear
out.
him all over
Edit
there.
that
Whoa.
Well, sorry, fellas.
Good to hear-
Yeah, well,
good
that's
to see you
that
listen
is.
to me, Benny.
I couldn't hear you. Anyway, that's clearly you're so far away. Maybe we don't go to him too much.
I had to bring him in for the stats.
I could hear him pretty clearly.
I'm
Oh,
just
you're
going
closer.
off this year.
Vibe.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
for me,
vibing on
it's-
them. They look good.
So if you look at the vibe, then do you take the vibe from the GWS game or the?
Well, that's
last
another valid point. So
Great point.
instead of me going, I think we'll definitely lose. It's more of a, I don't know. I don't know what we are at the moment.
So it's like
And it's only been 2 rounds, and yes, it is very early on. But I also like the difference between those two teams was like vastly different. Maybe it is like a little bit of personnel. Maybe AJ's the key. Maybe Windsor. Windsor's. I feel like Windsor's really important for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infected footy's so annoying. Fuck off. We just don't have the depth
Mm.
at the moment, like at all. So when we do lose 1, 2, or 3, it really hurts. It's
Yep.
like it would just be a completely different side with Pickett, McVee, and Windsor. If though all 3 of them were playing this week, I would be confident in a win. But we've got Harry Sharp playing, and I just
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
That's
gone.
pile.
he just people like that. It's just like I just don't trust him at all.
Yeah,
At
and
all.
I think it's fair not to trust him yet.
Marker's going hard.
But no, he's right. It's fair not to trust a player of his caliber yet.
It's an S. I'm gonna
I'll
be-
flip it. I'll flip it back on its head. I actually think Hendo's a little goer.
I don't mind Hendo.
He's been good.
Yeah.
No, he's been good. He has,
Yeah.
no, he's been alright.
yeah, he hasn't like.
It's been okay. He
Set
kicked
the
a goal.
world
yeah,
off
but
the
I'm
shin.
talking about players.
He's
and I
been
think-
solid.
Yeah,
but
but
if he's our bottom 6 now, right?
Yeah, but
And-
Mark is talking about players that are maybe out of their depth at senior level. I reckon Hendo's not out of his depth.
He's been better than Fritsch.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
We got there early.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's kicked 6 already yet, but
I don't know. I've been going around in circles talking about him. I don't know if I can do it again.
I think
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? If he doesn't pick up his form in the next 2 or 3 weeks, he's going to Casey.
Do you think?
Baby.
Do you think a good coach would drop him this week?
Well, we're about to find out.
Goody historically hasn't been someone.
Yeah, he
that
doesn't swing
has
the axe.
No, but that's why it
dropped-
was so weird in the. Sorry to cut you off.
No, not at all.
In the
Used to
in
it.
round 1 when we had 6 debutants, it was such a weird thing that happened because it's just
For sure.
like we'd never seen.
Off brand.
Yeah, but maybe that's just like his core team that he's already thought of, and he'll just go back to the old like one change a week, even if we get
Why don't we do
pants by
this?
North.
Let's do this.
Back to
How-
marker.
Well, I'll go to Marker, and then we'll go around the room, and then we'll go to the bloke over there that you can't hear.
Too far away.
It's the same distance as me. How many weeks do you give Fritsch?
I don't think it's a matter of like, yeah, he's clearly not performing, but for me, it's the issue is the connection, and Fritsch isn't the player to kind of like announce himself on the game when the ball coming in is just shit house, to put it plainly, and he can be doing more for sure, but there's just like he's just like the end. He's the last domino of like what the issues are really. And kind of it's easy to go to the forwards to be like, we just don't have the stock. But it's like the way that it's coming in and the way that we move the ball is just I don't know how we kick goals. When you think of a team, you look at Hawthorn at the moment, they're just moving the ball so well, which is so frustrating to see. Every team kind of has their kind of like how we get goal, but I I'm never confident about us kicking a goal at a game. I'm like, how do we get a goal
We've been
here?
doing
Like,
this marker for years.
Yeah.
Like
We were
years.
doing this in 2021.
We won a flag.
The only thing I'll say, there was a time in 2023, the back end, we put up big scores. Big score against Richmond, big score against Adelaide at the G. There were a couple of other big scores. We had an amazing win against
It used
Sydney
to
away.
be on turnover and defense and
but-
slingshot back, but now it's just like, I don't know what it is.
Melksham and Petty, when we threw them forward at the end of that year, it was actually clicking and working, and we were kicking big scores. We were so primed. We'd finally figured it out offensively, and then the Maynard Brayshaw thing happens. We lose to them. We lose
Well,
to
those
Carlton
two
in the
players
thriller.
got injured just before finals.
Exactly. I feel like we'd finally got our forward half game working offensively for the first time ever under Goodwin, like properly, because even in 2021, aside from the granny and the prelim, we were grinding to like 80 to 60, 90 to 70 point wins. We weren't an 100-plus point team.
Just banking on our defense being the best. in the
Exactly.
game.
But in 2023, that back half, it actually clicked. The problem we've got now is most of the footy that we've played under Goody from kind of 2020 onwards, even elements of 21, definitely 22, half of 23, and a lot of last year. Our forward half connection,
Wait, what?
our forward half connection is a beyond a joke. Like that third quarter when we were watching it from our vantage point up in Medallion Club, and the seats there are amazing, by the way. Like level
How do
2
we
in the
get
league.
them?
It's a good place to watch the footy.
It's unbelievable.
How did we get those seats?
I'll explain that later. But
Okay.
like who cares? It's not relevant. The third quarter for me was a microcosm of everything that we've pretty much done under Simon Goodwin for the last 4 years.
And just quickly,
It's
I
a
just
joke.
I just feel like,
Ooh.
where's it going? Because you look at the personnel, and I don't have any trust in the play. Is it confidence? It has to be a combination of the two. I'd love to see him, at training, they're probably hitting people, on the chest, lace out. But on game day, clearly there's just there's a lack of confidence there, and it's showing immensely. And we just don't have enough genuine, talented footballers.
I agree.
Footballers in terms of just people who just know just the skills. It's just effortless. I'm talking prime Salem. We just don't have any of those people. Like, I'm happy to see Bowie back at his best, but for the most part, it's like, oh God, Langdon's got the ball. Where's this going to go? You kind of
Langed him in the middle.
you tense up. Why? What is that?
Why is he doing it?
I don't know. But our worst kicks are our best players.
Okay, can we? You went.
Sam wanted
You
to
said
talk.
you were going to go around. The
No,
room.
we're
Yeah.
not doing the Fritsch thing.
Oh,
Well, I was
okay.
just
Well,
gonna
why
touch-
not? I thought like we were going to do that.
I
and We
was
got
gonna touch-
sidetracked.
Yeah, sorry. I was
So Sam
sit
can
back.
have an
So
input.
Fritz, to me,
Marcus
Yeah.
on fire.
his stats last week, he had 0 tackles and 4 touches.
That's fine.
Like, even if you're out of form, like he has been, in my opinion, for 12 to 18 months, at least lay a tackle. You've got a kid like Lindsay coming in, having 6 tackles. He's 18. Like, that's just effort. So I reckon Fritsch has done enough for the next few weeks to hold his spot.
Done enough.
But if
the
he
whole
doesn't
year for
start,
me.
and as a collective, like if the forwards, yes, you can argue that they're not getting good delivery, but
Yep.
you can still lay a tackle. So, and Fritsch is leading that for mine. So if he doesn't actually step up and start laying a tackle, he's got to go out.
And that's where Cozzie's so big.
Oh,
if I can go on top of that,
you go.
Please do.
going back to the whole Fritsch thing and continuing,
Fuck.
I
I'm sick of the combo.
I think he's just it's annoying, but I think he's earned the right to just be in the team
But that's what's happening.
because he's out. For I don't want him dropped at all. Like if he gets dropped, I'll be cut.
What if he keeps doing the same thing?
He won't. He'll kick 3 goals this week.
I
I have
him.
complete faith. He'll have 4 touches and kick 3 goals.
I love him.
He's never been a tackler. He's never
No.
tackled, really. Like he took out Jeffo, which was huge. Which is almost the highlight of the game.
But there's got to be a line at some point.
Mm.
Like,
yeah, okay. If it happens for another
but I just
7 weeks, then
Yeah.
I'll drop him.
like I agree. But
yeah,
he's
7 because he's
as
our
Sam
he's
just
our
said,
freak
he's been-
forward. He's our best forward.
he's been out of form for you'd have to say at least 12 months.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it. He's
So-
still our best
but
forward.
you know, like he's got that potential there. Like,
Yeah.
as we talked about, he kicked 6 in a granny, like unbelievable.
Yep.
But then there's got to be a point in time where you're like, we need to.
All right,
Yeah,
so
what
drop him,
message does it
drop him
send
to
to
the
the rest of the
twos.
team?
Watch him kick 15 goals at VFL
Yeah,
level,
but then,
and
then come in and dominate the
break-
AFL.
But what? But I feel like he can just figure it out at AFL level.
He hasn't been.
But we've
figuring
given
it
him
out.
a lot of time.
I just think this
I'm-
guy
I'm-
is.
I'm with Nug on this.
I'm a bit Fritsch biased.
I'm
I
sorry,
love it, mate.
he's not a superstar of the competition who
I think
demands a spot in the AFL everywhere. He's not
well,
that
he
good.
he
He's
has
not on that level.
he's been in the All Australian squad multiple times, which shows that he's a superstar in my opinion.
For me,
he's not,
the
a
issue.
superstar.
Not a superstar,
He's
an
not a
absolute
superstar.
star. Then, like he's a star.
I disagree. He's very cagey and very good at kicking goals.
What is he? B plus.
But we need the
B+.
people that can kick goals. Do you not think
Yeah,
that?
but he's not kicking them.
He's
Yeah,
not-
at the moment he's had 2 rounds where
the
he
question was,
has
how
been poor.
long do we give it? You're
And
saying
I-
7
I'm sa-
weeks.
I'm
I'm
saying-
saying another 2 or 3.
Yeah, till the bye.
Wow.
So if we lose to Gold Coast this week and he has another 4 touches and kicks a goal or none, will you still be like keep him in for Geelong?
Yes, I'm stubborn, and I'll keep him in.
the reason why,
And I think Goody is too.
the reason why we're speaking about him so much is because he is a gun. He's not performing, and we need goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Because goals is pretty much the most important thing
well,
about the whole
goals.
game.
But goals is it? Like, there's never been a higher precedent on goals than there is now.
But
Like, goals is everything. Like,
well, this
look
guy,
at,
this guy's
hang on.
won our goal kicking for the last 5 years.
No,
right?
yeah, it's coming up to 6, or it is 6 years.
I don't care if he has 2 and no tackles.
No, but this is the thing.
No,
like,
the tackles kills
the
me.
game has
yeah,
changed.
but he's never done it. Did he have any tackles in the grand final when he kicked 6?
So if you're the coach and you see 4 touches, 0 tackles, and there's been footage of
Yeah,
him literally
look.
not chasing someone, and then you've got
Yeah.
an 18-year-old running through and
Willing
he's
to do that.
laying 6.
He's just chilling.
Play- play
would you
Harvey
be like
Langford
just
over it.
would you be like just show me some effort? Like,
Yeah, no, I get that. All right, show effort.
I also think that like
Occasionally he does.
playing in the forward line when the ball's coming in when the ball's coming in a particular way, you'd surely just be like, what are they doing up there?
Yeah.
Like,
You can still show effort though.
yeah, I agree with that.
Tackling
I
is
agree with
effort.
that.
It would be
but
disappointing.
But as Nug said, it's not like we've ever sat here and
it's
been
not on
like,
a platter for him.
oh, how good
Yeah,
were those
it should be.
goals and the effort.
It
It's just
can't be
like-
because I don't think.
He's the polish. He's the cherry.
I think
he's the
I think we're a
finisher.
work in progress. I don't like. You could tell
He's
there
our
were-
match winner.
we
but
all
the-
we all agree with that though. Like
Mm.
we think he's a gun.
Yeah.
But we're
He
just
is a
saying
gun.
there's sometimes it's good for a player to give them a little bit of a wake up. He thinks in his mind at the moment, I'm so safe.
And
I
that's
can
chill. I back that.
No.
Yeah, but sometimes it's best to send them back.
All right.
And
yeah.
then you have a game, and then if you kick 15 goals, like you said, he'll be like, "Oh
He
shit, I
came
can
from
actually,
Nah,
I can
Casey.
actually."
He came
because
from Casey.
The best teams have pressure on their spots.
Yeah.
At the moment, there's
Well,
no pressure on his spot.
Okay, so that's the other issue. Let's say he goes out. Who plays his role?
Cozzy.
Well, he's not available. At the
Well,
moment.
that's where the hard question is. 'cause
Well,
it's-
exactly. We
No,
don't
'cause he
have.
can't
we
play.
don't-
Harvey
Fritsch's
Langford.
role.
Harvey Langford is a forward.
He's
He
not-
should be
No, he's
playing.
not a forward. He's
Yeah,
a
he can
midfielder.
play forward. He's big
He's-
enough.
He's not.
He will play high
No.
half forward.
Well, he hasn't
Yeah,
played.
but
a
he's
ga- he
but he's
hasn't
not going
played
to
a
do
game
what
yet.
Fritsch does. He's not going to be goal sense.
I
like-
think if you put him in last week, he would have had more than 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he-
probably. Yeah, probably.
He's currently played 0 games, and Fritsch has kicked what 200 goal or 150.
Well, he's kicked the
innings,
most goals for a Melbourne Football Club
the
player
first
in the first 150
150,
games
yeah.
ever. So
Oh no.
I think that's a pretty damning stat about our club.
But
to be
that's-
honest.
This is getting
Yeah,
depressing.
it's like,
That-
oh, we've never had a good forward. Oh, this is great.
That's the whole point, though.
Can
Yeah,
we
but
move-
like, so we need to latch on to
I'm-
the ones we
Nah,
have. I think.
I
Let's
didn't
go.
even. I didn't even want to
Move
go
on,
in depth.
move on,
Well,
move
you
on.
you went back to him.
So what are we thinking about
The Suns.
Matt Rowell and Noah Anderson?
They're
We're
awesome.
fucked.
They're
Uh,
awesome. I think they're awesome players. I think they're all mature now.
But then
And I guess they didn't play last week because they had the weird bye.
Track and
So
Clary
maybe
are
they'll be a
pretty
bit
good
flat.
on them.
Yeah, I know they're good, but these guys are like hitting their peak now.
Yeah, they've matured.
Yeah, and they've got like older players as well that are
Well,
stars.
I expect Viney to kind of look at Rao and go.
I'd
"Let's go."
expect Viney on Took.
I just don't think he can run with. him.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
in
Viney
the
on Rao.
contest maybe.
Let's not forget that our mids got absolutely smashed last week. Apart from Clary, who was really good,
By some young
but
players.
Powell and these blokes. So Anderson and Rao they're good. Like
They're
are
older than
established
them.
players
They're
now.
better than them.
So the guys that are getting paid
Anderson's
$1 million
our
a
captain.
year, like
Yeah.
Petracca and Clary and Maxi, they just need to step in and take over.
Yeah, good call, Sam.
So teams are going to be out in about 4 or 5 minutes. Imagine if Bailey's dropped. That'd be.
He won't be though, but that's the thing with Goodwin. Like,
We'll see what happens.
and that's
If
what,
he's
like,
dropped now after all of this, I'll back it.
Sam, Sam, are you happy to have? Like, I know we were talking about this before we came in here, like about Goodwin and your thoughts in his presser and stuff, and
Do you want me to go?
yeah,
Yeah, I just think he's. I've always been really pro Simon Goodwin and glass half full.
Well, he's
But
massive flag.
I'm just seeing over the last 6 months, I'm hearing a lot from our club, especially Goody and some of our senior players. And for me now, Goody's he's I don't know, he's starting to really irk me. Just the way he speaks. I feel like he's not his true. He's not his true self. And
Now?
there'll be people listening going, I've been saying that for 3 years. I'm just clicking, and I can sort of, for everyone out there, like I understand it now. And there was a program on Channel 7 last night with Hamish McLaughlin, and he just doesn't talk. I don't feel like he's being himself. And it's vanilla and it's boring.
It's
and
not
it's almost
genuine.
like, it's
I
not
think-
genuine, but
I don't think he's
I
changed.
just don't really feel. No, he's probably been. I'm telling you, he would have been the same for 10 years. I'm just.
But now you got
copying
the
on
ick.
now. And it's
Yeah.
just starting to annoy me a little bit. But
I
don't
get
know.
it.
Behind the scenes, you hear that he's a cracking bloke. It's just I wish he would just relax a little bit.
The one thing I'll take us back to, which came out of that interview, but I didn't watch it because I got the ick years ago, is the club have constantly spoken about how they're together, they're unified, there's heaps of love, it's fresh, it's new. Like that's all I've heard for the last 2 or 3 months. So they keep preaching this idea that like we've changed, game plans changed, some of the positions have changed, we feel like we all love each other again, blah, 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 blah. That means fucking nothing if we don't start getting results in the next month. Like, I'm sorry, I'm all for, and I love the idea of, as supporters, let's all get back on board this train. But it means diddly squat
Well, what's
if we can't
Neil's quote?
if we can't win if we can't win at least 2 of the next 4 games and get ourselves into some semblance of form and some position where we've got a bit of hope as supporters in the next month, all of that stuff around new club, fresh, for me, I'll just think it's hot air and it's garbage.
Yeah.
That's where I've come to. Like, I'm all for let's give you a chance because we love you. We're supporters. We're members. We pay our hard-earned. We'll go anyway. But pushing that without the outcome and the result will be irrelevant. I don't want to hear any of that shit if we're sitting here and we're 5-1, because most people will just see through it and go, oh, well, the proof's in the pudding. You can say that you're unified, you love each other, but at the end of the day, even if you are, it doesn't matter because it's a results-based business. So that was the big thing to come out of it. Even Jack Viney, I'll give you an example. An interview goes up after the North game, and he's like, oh, the mouth guards will be out this week at training, like basically inferring that they're going to go hard at training and they're going to respond.
And then we had people at training and they weren't doing that.
No, I'm sorry, I love Jack Viney, like one of my favourite players, forever. That's not the point. The point is the finesse and the polish and the connection has been lacking for years, and it was evident in that third quarter. And apparently it's the worst defensive performance we've put up in 10 years.
we did have Lever and May out.
I understand. But Jack,
Great comment.
I love you, but it's not about that, mate. It's not about like, oh, we're gonna go and smash each other up in training and we're gonna come out and breathe fire. No, just get better at hitting a kick inside 50, please. That's what you need to work on.
So
It is
hey,
Jack's
It's a
never
double-edged
going to get
sword,
better.
though, isn't it? Because they cop it if they don't talk
Yeah,
enough,
of course.
and then when they talk too much, they cop it as well. But I think most Melbourne supporters right now are feeling like they've had enough of the love, love, love. They just
Yeah.
want to see the results.
I think
100%.
the thing that kills me, just going back to Goody, he's copping a little bit here, but he's probably the most predictable coach going around in the AFL. Like, every team we play against just knows what we're going to try and do. Do you think it is to do with the cattle we've got and the polish, as you say, Nortsy, that we don't have that delivery, or is it something that he can change up somewhere to actually make us more?
Personally, I don't think the game plan has changed too much in.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, so can you remember him in 2018 when we were on the way up and he said, we think this game plan will stand up in finals, and it did. It stood up against Geelong.
Yeah,
and then
did 4
it's-
years ago.
Yeah. Well, this is and 4 years ago in the granny. I don't think we changed it after that. Like it was.
But that's what I'm
it was
saying.
just
How predictable.
So it's contested game.
And 4 years is a lifetime.
I know,
in
but now
football.
you
Come
look
up
at-
against Chris Scott. And
No,
he's
no,
like,
no. But
"All right,
yeah,
this is easy."
exactly. So Chris Scott and Sam Mitchell are basically at the moment just conceding the contested game and just winning on the outside. That's how they win. Like Hawthorn isn't going crazy
But
score
then that's the
wise,
thing,
but
is it-
they are winning on.
Is it the
rebound.
cattle though? Is Goodwin looking at our team and he's like,
I think it
we've
might
got
be.
too many insides here.
Yeah, maybe. But
Hawthorn have done very similar to what Melbourne did. They went and got Barras and Battle. We went and got
yeah. So
May and
so
Lever.
Hawthorn's
Gun
best. The
mids,
best thing
it's
about
very
Hawthorn at the
similar.
moment is their defense.
Yeah.
Like they're set
And
set in
Sicily back
defense,
there as well. If he
and
goes
and he
back.
can go forward.
Yeah.
He's fucked. Sicily is insane.
They also
His
have
kicking's ridiculous.
yeah,
like so, we don't have a player on our
T-Mac.
team. T-Mac can sizzle some passes.
Swingman.
He can, but like he doesn't. No one can in our team can kick
But
the
they-
ball
yeah.
like James Sicily.
But
Yeah.
for the most part, Hawthorn's skills are slick. And
But
you
it-
can,
even-
but it makes sense because
Yep.
Mitchell came from a team where they were just killing teams by just disposal by foot. All
Slicing them
these
apart.
left
And
footers.
he was the best of them all, I reckon, Mitchell.
Yeah,
And
Left
both
and
He
feet.
was
left and
both
right, yeah.
sides. So
Suck-
maybe
suck-
our game plan
suckling players
is
like
a
that.
bit obsolete now.
It is obsolete.
So
How
Ben,
do you-
we've
like, that's
talked about it for
obvious.
the last 3 years.
oh, we have, but
You
like,
go
but,
into a
no,
game
but
and
like,
you're
no,
like,
but no,
what are we gonna
forget
change?
last year. So forget 2024, 2022 and 3. We still had chances to win the flag.
Yeah.
Like, and so that was still a chance.
But then we got
those
to the
two-
finals and the teams are like, okay, we know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. We did
I,
lose close
I
finals. but-
disagree. I
But
think
no, but we could honestly,
I
if
disagree.
you replay that whole final series or them, it could have happened, but it didn't.
That's in the past.
So forget
Let's
about
talk
it.
about the future.
Last year we were found out big time.
Yeah.
And we lost heaps of games when we probably should have won.
is the game plan obsolete?
This year I think it is.
Of course it is.
But I think they were saying but pre-season they were saying they're going to try and mix it up. But at the moment it looks
well,
like
they
they're doing
no,
the
they
same thing.
didn't. Like, to be fair, they
In round one.
Round one, the
Yeah,
debutants
But
was awesome.
Hang on,
it was
what are you
70 to 73. We weren't trying to be attacking
No,
on the
no,
outside
no,
at all.
no, no.
It was a
Well,
wet game, though.
But
Oh,
hang
yeah,
on.
true,
It was
true.
wet. It was super wet. The other thing as well is we were doing a lot of kick mark, taking the angles on the 45 when we got to half forward and we're trying to control the game against a very slick team.
it was a complete different game from.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's so confusing. How did that change so much? Because
conditions.
it's not like, but if anything, it's more difficult to do at the G in rain than it is against North Melbourne.
You know why
under
it
a
changed
roof.
though, Marker? Melbourne were constantly second to the ball against North. The hunger and desire. We were 5% off.
They beat us at our own game.
And that's
They,
what
no,
happens
they
with Bayley Fritsch.
absolutely
Lay a
fucking
tackle, mate.
torched us. They torched. North Melbourne went, "Do you know what? We just want this more than you."
Yeah.
So
So
that's
the fact
why it was
that
different.
the fact that we've changed from our normal contest game and we tried to do something else, that fucked us because we're not good enough. with
Our
the
defense,
talent.
I've said this consistently, and I said this in the preseason pod. I was more worried about our defense than any other part of our ground. Everyone talks about our forward line. Our defense is awful at defending in transition. When the ball hits the deck, see you later. Because
We're slow.
but it's suicide. The defensive line is so high up the field. Just drop it back 30, 40 meters. Like when we get into a foot race,
We really
like
have
a
no idea, do
4v4?
we?
It's too
See ya.
early. It's too early to tell.
like we're
We're
done.
two
yeah.
games in. Let's give it 6 weeks and we'll know.
No, I'm
Yeah.
optimistic.
I agree.
I'm enjoying it.
We're going to win the flag.
I agree with Sam. I agree we've got to like just chill for a bit and just see what happens in the next 4 to 6 weeks because they've told us they're going to play a different way. We probably don't know what that is yet.
Yeah.
So
So the sample size is probably half the season.
Have we got the
First
teams
half.
yet?
yeah,
All right, I'll get them.
you want to do them?
Yeah, I'll do them.
I was just going to say quickly on Hawthorn, if you go through and look at what makes them so good, just do the simple head count of how many good kicks they've got.
They've
Yes.
done. Let's just reconfirm. They've done nothing yet.
I know,
They haven't,
they're
but
building.
and
I
they
under-
are stacked though.
I understand,
They
but
played finals last year. We didn't.
Yeah, and they made a semi.
just go through
So-
and look at how many players are good by foot, and then compare it to us, and there's your answer.
My thing's not
All
loading,
I've got it.
loading. So
Oh,
Ba-
Hardy's in.
Bayley.
Langford's in.
So in
Is he?
Stephen,
Sam said he was dropped.
can I do it?
Let's go through the team.
In's Stephen May,
Yes.
Yay!
Aiden Johnson.
AJ.
Yes. This is flag. Pile.
You ready? Jack Billings.
Oh, JB!
Oh.
JB!
Watch-
Derek like
Derek's
that.
celebrating.
No,
Yeah.
you know
Derek
what?
is celebrating.
I would actually prefer him than Harry Sharp.
Sharpie's still in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're both on the wings, mate.
Jake Melksham.
Melky's in.
Melky's in. Love that.
Yeah,
Is
that's
this-
a good kick.
Is this extended
kick.
bench or?
No, it's all in.
Oh, so Symes throwing
He's-
down the axe.
He's 5 changes and Harvey Langford's in.
Yeah.
So what
oh,
are the
he'll be a
outs?
sub again. No, that's be great.
They-
Uh,
if he
the
subs
Great
in-
for his confidence.
Matt Jefferson.
Oh.
Oh no.
Poor Jefferson.
Charlie Spargo.
Oh,
that was
whoa,
quick.
that's Hawks.
Injured.
Injured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, fine.
Injured.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Taj
better.
Woden.
Yeah.
Yes,
Omitted.
thank God.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Taj sucks.
Oi, come on. Oi. Sorry, Shane. Oi, he was your favourite player. as a
Yeah, his
kid.
dad was.
yeah.
Keep going.
Say sorry to Shane.
Hopefully he's not listening.
I don't think Taj Woden's listening.
No,
Shane.
Shane could be.
If Shane, oh, sorry,
He's
Tell him
got-
how much you love it.
I love you so much.
You had posters?
No, I have a little
Can
bit
we
of
finish
faith
the
in
team,
Taj.
I think he actually does. That's why it's funny. Daniel Turner, omitted.
Yeah, see you, Disco.
So team. So we
See you,
remember
Disco.
before the show, we were saying maybe T-Mac. You thought T-Mac would go out, but it's Turner's.
And
kept
I agree with this one.
T-Mac forward.
Bayley Fritsch.
No, I agree that Blake House should be omitted. and
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
He's
Who
he's
is
bad
it. So
luck.
who's
Blake
coming
House
in for
anyway?
House then?
He's
'Cause all
very
these-
random,
he's
but I
very-
feel like he
Is it
hasn't
May?
been that bad.
May
He's
for
been
House.
Maybe
in
I'm
the
watching
pile
a
for
different game.
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
feel like he's.
So it's May
kind
for
of-
House, and then T-Mac's
He's a
going to remain.
Bit
back.
of a
The urgency is just not there for House, in my opinion.
fair enough.
Just,
Look,
just-
we
just
used to
floats.
call it Casey Blake House and the
Blakey
boys.
House and the boys. That's what Casey was.
So he's going to go back to Casey and he's going to
that's-
tear it
yeah,
up.
that's
So
his
good on him.
place. He
I,
loves it.
I still think there's a player there. I just think he's got a bit to work on. We'll have a look at the teams. Interestingly, Ricky Menther's an emergency. I watched half
Oh,
of
Mento.
I watched half of the Casey game.
Mento.
He's got slick skills.
But
No,
Something
he's good.
like
He's
that.
actually really good. I watched the
Is
Casey
he
game too.
Cozzie's uncle?
Yeah, well, I think they're
I'm
related.
pretty sure it's Cozzie's uncle.
JB is the sub
I think he's younger than Cozzy.
or
so
Sharpie.
Or
Sharpie's
maybe
named
Cozzie's
on the
his
field.
uncle.
maybe.
Sorry, Sharpie's named on the field.
Sharpie playing
On
is
the wing?
crazy.
Well, it doesn't mean he can still be the sub.
No, he's our forward, mate.
Is he playing against old team though?
Is
Where's
Langford-
Bayley Fritsch
No,
named?
that was Brisbane. Sorry.
Yes,
Is Langford
Where
on the
is
field?
Bayley Fritsch named?
forward pocket.
So who came in for Disco?
Melksham.
Is Langford
he's a
on
key
the
forward.
field?
Sorry.
Is Langford on the field or not?
No, it doesn't
No,
matter.
he's
You
not.
can change positions. He's on the interchange. Like Cade Chandler's
He's
on
sub.
the interchange.
Yeah, he's going to be sub again.
You think he'll be sub?
I think the one thing that I'll get into the coaching staff and anything so far this season is the way they've handled Harvey Langford. I think it's been
They've just started.
disgraceful.
They've just started.
No,
It's such a big call round
Yeah.
two.
no. So because I called him, I'm big on him.
You
I
called
think-
him?
I called him earlier. I was like, he's my boy. I'm huge on him, and they debuted him as sub, which I think is the biggest kick in the balls. Like that's no good. Like I hate it's something that happens in the AFL now, but I hate that
But
they
that's
did it
just,
to him.
that says something about is it conditioning? That,
No, but so don't play him. Play him in the VFL.
Didn't you watch Casey?
I think it's. I watched Casey last week, and he was good.
Hang on. Come on. Did you watch how many times he came off and hands on head?
No, but just play him and then sub him off, or don't play him. Get him fit.
Are you saying you
First.
don't think he's fit enough?
No,
Yeah.
but I just think don't play him as a sub. I think it's
Still had 20 touches.
Yeah, he was great.
20
But
I-
it's
I-
Katie.
I seriously doubt they'll do that to him again. Surely.
if
not.
they, I just think he needs to have a
Who-
full
who-
I
run.
think
who are the
Billings will
sub-
be
who are the
Billings will
subs
be
you're saying?
sub. I think.
Who are
Yeah,
the
Billings for Sharpie.
what
Would
I
be-
would prefer is
Disgraceful.
is play the sub earlier than what it usually is played at. So play a half each.
Don't know. Don't know.
No.
Who? Okay, so sub options. So sub options have to be Hendo, Sharpie, Billings. That's probably it.
It's Billings, isn't it?
It has to be Billings.
Yeah.
Billings was not great for Casey.
We love JB.
Like, wasn't great. He had 17. He missed a couple of sitters. Like, one was 15 metres out. No pressure. Somehow missed.
Just on Gold Coast as well. Mac Andrew back. Should be our boy coming in to torch us.
I don't want to talk about
Well,
He's a good player.
Charlie Comden last week, he got lucky that Jeffo went out early in the game. Because Jeffo's role, I think, was just purely defensive forward for the most part. Try and kick a couple of cheapies. And that went out the window. And then we just bombed it on Comden's head. So Mac Andrew's going to have a field day. That's a big task. Like
Maybe Melky actually plays on him.
Is Miller in?
Yeah. Good one. Is who?
Is Took playing?
Took's in.
Awesome.
Took's in. Sam Collins is in.
They're stacked in the
Oh.
middle. They're stacked in the middle.
Raoul, Flanders can play. King,
Humphreys in the middle. too.
Witsy can play.
Yeah, it's a big loss coming up.
Anderson.
Just on Witsy, do you reckon Maxi will come out breathing a bit of fire this week after the
Yeah,
week?
absolutely.
Like he wasn't that. He was comprehensively beaten by
Oh, yeah.
Cherry, but he still
Smashed.
wasn't terrible.
Cherry's
I reckon he'll come out and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna make a bit of a statement. He doesn't need to make any statements, but Wits is one of the better opponents he's got in the league.
Yep.
Let's just put it to bed.
That's a very good point. I'll come to you, Adzi. I plucked out 6 players from last week that I thought got a pass mark, and I thought the rest didn't deserve a pass mark. That's crazy. Like, so shit. Which players are you hoping will step up this week that were poor last week? Who's on notice for you?
Well, I don't want to call it on notice because some of these players are
That's all right.
superstars.
Just
but,
pick 5 players.
Max, you'd want to see
Yep.
more from.
Sure.
Track.
Yep.
I think Track, he just didn't seem like himself in the North game, like fending off, creating opportunities. Rivers, I'd want to
Good
see a
one.
lot more from.
Good one.
Salem, maybe was.
Yep.
Yeah, he was really good round 1. If he can bring that like another 30 touches off half back, and he's a good user, like he
He
is.
had 25 last week too.
No, he sucks. And no, I'm joking. No, he was. Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh there. You're also asking a person that saw a quarter of the game and was in Fiji, so going off stats. But I think the 3 for me are probably Max, Track, and Rivers. And I think Rivers is a little bit harsh because he's probably a little bit out of position at the moment. So we need him to go through the middle.
Marker, who are your players?
It's not really like a particular plays. It's more just like a holistic approach as to like how we move the ball, like which is
The
everyone.
whole team.
It's slower in the eyes. It's kind of like the connection from clearance to into the forward line. The bomb doesn't work.
No.
It hasn't worked for a long time. So how are we going to set up at clearance where, all right, we have to make sure there's at least 2 or 3 options that are kind of like go out wide, even if it just means holding onto the ball and keeping possession, then look at something else, because I have faith in Oliver and Track and Viney and them getting their hands on it and winning clearance, but the thing that kind of like is lacking is just what they do with the ball from there. I don't want to put it on them. It's more than that,
Well,
but
Let's put it on them
yeah,
because they're our key players.
yeah.
True.
And so Petracca last week, and I'm not a Petracca basher, but I maybe was in the past. His kicking skills were just subpar, and Viney turned it over a couple times. Like Viney, like we know Viney's like he can train his ass off, but he's still just gonna turn the ball over because that's what he's done in his career. Like he does a lot of amazing things for us.
Well, then can we just link up by hands then? And
So no,
just get
so we
this-
need to. The thing is, yes, we need the release to the like good kicks. Like when we saw I was questioning his kicking earlier, but when we saw them handballing to Caleb Windsor and just taking the game on and kicking goals in round 1, it was like that was awesome. But last week it was just like we didn't have that. We didn't have anyone coming past who's an awesome kick. We don't in general. We don't have good kicks. Like, who is our best kick?
I've
like,
done
no,
this-
no, but who is our best
done this
kick right
dance.
now? Who's our
Lindsay.
best? Lindsay, I agree.
May's got a good kick.
Rivers.
I rocked up.
Rivers.
No.
I think Lindsay's a better kick than Rivers. I
Yeah, he is.
I rocked up to
Bowie's
Marvel
got a good
last
kick.
week, and Lindsay did this amazing kick under pressure
We're so shit at kicking.
on the wrong side for a left footer. He did this amazing kick down the wing, and I was like, "Holy shit, this kid is awesome!" And they've drafted him because he's a great kick.
So, interestingly, and following on from
I agree.
Adzy's point,
As he-
following on from Adzy's point before, we had 6 of the bottom 8 players for disposal efficiency against North Melbourne, which is obviously not a shock. Guess which 4 were in there? Because 2 were irrelevant for me. One was Fritsch, the other was Turner. Who cares? Have a guess who the other 4 players
Is
were.
in the best efficiency?
Worst.
Oh,
Max?
worst. Viney?
Yep. he was
Viney,
in there.
Max, Track, and
Max?
Clary.
Rivers.
Rivers.
You nailed it.
See, I think Rivers has like potentially an illusion that he's a really good kick.
I don't think
He's a big kick.
He's a
He knows
long
he's
kick.
a booming kick.
He's a long kick. If I was him with his big fat kick, I'd go straight
Thought
to.
that was going somewhere else. Then.
yeah. If I was him, yeah, it's just work with me. If I had a big fat kick like him,
I don't think we want to work with you.
I'd go straight to the NFL
Yeah.
and make way more money.
Oh, he's got a
But
great
I don't
kick.
like so his kicking down the line is awesome because he gives you an extra 10, 15 meters. But is his kicking
Finesse.
with
Well,
No, with,
Stephen
like
Stephen May takes our kick in. So he's arguably our best kick.
Wide left
well.
or wide
yeah,
right?
but he's
and
not
long?
that he's not that good a kick. He's not in an elite stand. You wouldn't say Stephen May's a top 50 kicker.
Salem.
Used to be.
Salem's a looper.
He's a
You
looper
need
now.
the people that slice
a
the
looper.
ball through.
You need
Is
a
that
Sicily.
almost like, honestly, like he's very unpredictable, but T-Mac can actually do it sometimes.
I know.
Yeah,
when he does, I said it before. He
Yeah.
can slice defenses, but like by accident.
Yeah.
Terrifying every time he gets it, though.
yeah.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh, we've got it in the middle.
Well, that was
there.
actually
Yeah.
Jake Lever's a great kick. He's a really good
Whoa.
kick. But who do you think?
So
is
the
our-
whole team is a great kick.
I
no,
think-
no, no, no,
no.
Who
I
do you
think-
think is our?
Oh my
who's our
God.
best kick?
I think our.
Right. If you don't know, it's bad. It's a bad thing because it's.
Rivers or May.
I,
I don't think
Salem.
Rivers is.
No way.
No way.
Nah.
I don't think either of them.
I think
And that's bad.
Bowie's a pretty good kick.
Yep. He's a really good kick.
Fritsch is an exceptional field kick. He just
Spargo's
never
a
gets
good
the
kick.
ball.
Spargo's a great kick, but he just gets one touch a game.
And he can't kick it over 40 metres. Shane McAdam.
But you
like,
make a good point.
Cozzy's pretty good.
Cozzy's a great kick.
Nuggets, you
Yeah,
make a good
both-
point. The point is, we don't have, we've got a very poor
No, I'm not
kicking
trying to make a
team.
point. I just want to know who
Well,
who are our good
You did.
kicks.
This is all we did for half an hour on the review show. We just spoke about how bad our kicking is.
Okay,
It's terrible.
Move on
Who
then.
is
No,
the
no,
best
it's
kick in
good.
our team?
Lindsay.
Is
Lindsay.
he actually?
He
I think he
is.
is.
He's awesome.
Which is really depressing.
After 2 games.
I don't think it's depressing.
But do you
because
know what?
It
Harvey
means you
Langford-
just. But hang on, it just means you picked up a.
It means we drafted
Gun.
for a good kick.
Yeah.
Well, and we did that with Langford as well.
And it's
Apparently.
hard as well.
It's just damning when you go through it.
Can I just go back to Lindsay for a second?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off because I'm sure you've got something important to say.
No, I don't.
The fact that we have Xavier Lindsay and he's already shown signs of being a
He
gun.
could win the Rising Star.
Yeah, he could. And we don't have so for a lot of fans, we all know that we don't have our first pick this year because we traded our pick
To Essendon.
to Essendon
Ugh.
for Xavier Lindsay. So I'm already content with him. I don't care
In a
if
super
I don't
draft.
care if we fucking win 2 games this year. We've
Well-
got a gun. We've got a player.
Yeah.
So we don't need to wall on it. Like it's fine.
I think that's a good point. Like people look at Melbourne and they're like, even this year, if we do a similar thing to last year, hopefully not. We're only 2 rounds in,
Yep.
but we actually have such a good young group. Like
Yep.
those kids coming through. Like we're going to see Langford for his first game this week. Lindsay looks
First
amazing.
proper game.
Yeah.
First
First
real game.
full game, hopefully.
Yeah. And then like Windsor, second year player. He's got an infection, but he looks unbelievable as well.
Sharpie.
Not Sharpie.
Cole.
No, just the drafted players. that
Just
you're
the
saying,
drafted players that we brought in that we're actually not a very old team. Like, so you look at Collingwood, who are looking good at the moment, but they're the oldest team of all time, apparently.
Yeah.
I think that we're not going to do like a bottom out, like what North has
Richmond.
done, or like we did in the past. I think we'll pick this up pretty quickly. So we can't be too dark about it, because you talk about Lindsay, like we've got him, and he was captain of his team in the
He won the Brownlow.
in the carnival.
He won the Brownlow in the under.
He was captain of
18s.
half.
Yeah,
North.
So-
he's a gun.
Yeah.
He's an absolute gun.
He's my boy. Yeah.
North. And,
He's your boy.
North and D's last week. Average age. North 25.4. D's 25.8. Games experience. North 100.6. D's 102.3. Pretty much on par.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you would think that we would finish higher than them on the ladder.
Yeah, we should.
You'd think.
I just don't know if our brand's set up.
Well, yeah.
Darker's back.
Well, darker.
Oh, shit.
Darker.
That was nice.
Never heard darker.
Whoa.
That's huge.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that's
Darker
so
is...
easy and so effortless.
Oh.
Tom Darkazani.
Darker. Oh, Darker has thrown me.
Fantastic.
That's unbelievable. I'm very happy about Jake Melksham back into the team, just quietly.
I,
No, he...
no. I would have thought he would have had a run in the twos.
Well, when actually,
We
sorry,
need him.
back to
Get
kick.
him
He's
in.
our
we
best
do.
kick.
Yeah, I know.
He's our best
Get
kick.
him-
He's a good kick.
get
He's
him
not our
in.
best kick.
He's our best kick.
I reckon.
He's a-
yeah.
he's a good
He's
kick for
field
goal.
kicking. No, he's field kicking.
Yeah, but he's
the
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
You can bleep that out.
Time code that one.
We need them in defence. Oh, coming through the midfield. We don't need them forward.
What's the time code, Derek? Give us a yell.
Ages.
Tell us right now.
55-37.
55.
yeah.
37. You
I
are
think,
out. And everyone will know why. You are gone.
It's all good.
I think
Can I do this dance? You'll love this. Why would Jake Melksham, I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm getting a bit Tom Darkazani here, but
I'll take the next one.
why would Jake Melksham play with, again, don't want to be disrespectful, Tom Fullerton, Tom Campbell, Kynan Brown, Ollie Seston, Bailey Laurie, Ricky Mentha, Jed Adams, Will Verrill, Marty Hall. Like, you just bring him in.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing AFL. And not only are you playing AFL, what are we crying out for in that front half? Someone that can do a job on potentially a Mac Andrew or a big
Don't talk.
Key back.
Don't talk about Mac.
that Sam spoke about before. Not only that, someone that's got goal sense and craft and is experienced and can marshal the fucking forward half.
He's only getting a
gotta play
game.
him.
He's only getting a game because he's out. He's 38 years old.
No, he's not.
He's so old. He's been a great player for us.
talking about Mel.
But Melksham.
he's not 38.
I know, but he's old. But I almost think it's
33.
I almost think it's not an indictment, and I hope he proves me wrong. But the fact that he can just walk into the team again shows a little bit about.
Yeah, but you
where we're
need
at.
senior players in a rebuild.
Yeah, I just think what he offers and what he has, and I feel like I'm just really confident in Melksham whenever he comes in,
Same.
even though it's been
But
that
You
long.
don't see where's the butt, Darker.
There's no,
No, there's no
moment.
but. Melksham's someone who I'm just like I feel so
I
easy
agree.
about.
and he's our best
He's-
ball user.
Yeah,
Remember
and
how
Lindsay.
good he was against Carlton before he did his knee?
Yeah,
a couple years
he'll
ago.
have,
Oh.
against Gold Coast.
Unbelievable.
He'll
When he was
have
36.
4 score involvements. 4
Was it Carlton or Brisbane? It was
minimum.
Brisbane.
Oh, yeah, he kicked the winner.
Yeah.
That was madness.
So
How did
good.
we win that game? Gee, those times are good. They feel so far away.
Yeah,
So
we're
long ago.
way off that.
Those times are good. I thought
Feels
flag
worse
after that
speaking
game.
about it.
I know.
it's
not that long ago.
If you just
Do
Can
we
I
have
give
any
you a bit of
happiness?
hope?
Is there happiness
Yeah, let's
left?
bring something in.
I'm happy.
All right, I'm
I think I'm in denial, maybe.
gonna give you some hope.
Well, we've just got to remember it's round 2.
Yeah.
Uh,
call.
We've got to look back to the GWS game.
we just need to kick more than like
More
18
goals
points
than-
in the first quarter.
Do you
'Cause
think
I feel like if we finish the first quarter with only like 1 or 2 goals, then it's like that's the standard for the rest of the game. We just
And
need
no
to
red
kick a
time
score,
goals.
man.
The
6
amount
red
of
time
red time
goals.
goals we got against GWS, we got one every single quarter.
You
Oh,
sort of-
we're so good at
Do you
conceding
think-
red time.
do you think we have the ability in the next
Yes.
month to score 100 points?
I reckon we'll score 100 points this week, and we'll do a little bit of a statement.
So last year Tommy Cannon and I went to the
We got Lever and May back.
Can I
I'm sorry.
They don't kick goals though.
Yeah, I know,
maybe
but
they're funny.
Darker got you.
No, but they are They are our pillars back there. Like, we will, hold me to it.
100
It
points this
sets
week.
it up
100 points this
structurally. It
week.
does.
So how many points will Gold Coast score?
65.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
So we're going to win by 35 points or over 100?
Well, my prediction's going to be a bit bigger. But yeah, probably.
I want to take some optimism from this. So, in 2023,
I'll bring it down.
Settle down, Darker. Settle down. Keep it to yourself, mate.
hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Carlton in
They're so shit.
2023, round 14, they welcome Gold Coast to the G on a Sunday. It was mid-June, and they were 4 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses. And they were sitting something like 14th or 15th. They beat the Suns by 60 points,
I
and
remember
from that
this,
point
yeah.
went on a 9-game winning run to round out the season, to make finals, to get into a prelim.
So you're saying if we win this week, we'll win every game for the rest of the year
No,
and then win the flag?
all I'm saying
Yeah.
is I believe in confidence. And I remember watching that game when Carlton smashed the Gold Coast, sitting there hungover, and I was like kind of belittling Carlton fans for getting excited because I was like, fucking relax. You've beaten the Suns at the G, they're shit, and they just went on this crazy run where the next week they beat Hawthorn by 60, Fremantle by 53, Port by 50, West Coast by 71.
It's a
They beat
biz-
Collingwood, they beat St
bizarre
Kilda, and they beat
example.
Melbourne, and they beat Gold Coast, and when they went on this 9-game winning run. All I'm saying is, I just think we need one win just to get our mojo and our confidence back.
Yeah.
Because
and
it's
then
belief.
AJ and Hendo will just fucking tear up the
We're
comp.
also talking at the moment like it's mid-season.
I know.
We've
Oh,
played 2
yeah.
games.
I'm just
Yeah.
talking about
I
belief.
feel like
That's
the
all.
conversation is more, and I'm
Uh-oh.
talking, I'm talking on my own personal where it's coming from, which is a dark
Are you okay?
place.
Are you
Um,
okay?
But it's like
Worried
it's
about
more of a ongoing thing from. It's an accumulation. It's not just these 2 games. It's an accumulation of probably the last 3 seasons as to what our issues have been. That's for me where Darker comes from.
So my
fine.
And where he will stay.
It's okay.
It's
You don't
okay,
need
for
to.
me,
The
it's
ironic thing about Darker is he's the only one who actually saw us win the flag.
Yeah.
for me, it's about winning
was
a
cool.
close
It wasn't
game.
real
So
life.
if this game is close, we need to bank a close win because I feel like in the last,
That's a
even
good
you go
shout.
back to the final series, we're losing finals by a kick, and then it's sort of just gone through where even last year I think we lost a handful of games by under 10 points, and
Yeah.
again round 1 against GWS. I just pray if it is a close game, just get over the line.
This
We
is-
need it. They need it, and we need to prove to. They need to prove to themselves that they can win a close one.
Go Nug, you're armed with the info.
Yeah, well, spot on.
Results under 10 points.
Results under 10 points
since 2022.
Well, I actually think it goes deeper.
We'll go to it though.
Okay, well, it says 2 wins in 2022, 2 losses, 4 wins in 23, 6 losses, and last year was 3 and 4. But
It's a thing.
Oh,
But
that's
no.
closer
But
than
can you
I
remember?
thought,
Can you remember
actually.
Still a thing.
before we won the flag? Like we dominated that year in 21, but we still lost a few close games. And obviously, we all had the same feeling when it was round 23 and Max was like lining up for his shot. It was like this
Gotta
is
pull it to the
yeah,
left.
he's gonna
Yeah,
pull it to the left.
This is
He's
lost.
gonna fucking miss it
Mhm.
because we don't win these games. And I reckon our record that year would be the same, and before that would be worse as well.
Lost to Adelaide in the close one to end the streak.
Yeah, we just hate close games. Maybe we
Oh,
just
that
maybe
killed
us as
me,
supporters
that
just
game.
can't
But
handle.
it was deliberate.
Oh, Clary had like 95 and 3. He was unbelievable.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was his 37. and
Tex hit the winner. Fuck me.
Clary's so back as well. Like it just having him in the form he's in gives me confidence as well going into games like this. It's like, yes, we
Is
had
this
a
the
down
first time
game.
you've said this?
We had a down game last week. Some of the mids were just not on. Viney, obviously, he had a bit of it, but just wasn't himself. Track was a little bit down. If Clary can keep getting 35 touches a week, there'll be people that just jump on board with him and will get going. So
it's-
that is a huge positive for the start of the year.
It's unbelievable
Yeah.
for us.
We
It's
didn't
like
have that
we've
at all
basically
last
got
year.
another
We've
a
got our
plus
superstar
player
back.
in
Yeah.
our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last year it wasn't there.
No.
Right? Like he actually played like 21 games last year, but he was just it was
a
so
different player.
bizarre
Yeah.
watching him because we've all seen him in his first 7 years or whatever, just being like there was an argument that he was the best player in the competition before that.
Well, he won 2 coaches awards.
Yeah, I know, and like people that are your friends that you talk to that are not Deeds fans, they would say Clary's the best player in the comp.
Yeah.
Like over the Bont, over like
He's
players
back.
like
He's
Dacos.
back.
At the moment, he's not at that level yet, and he's hopefully he can just keep going through this year. I think the good thing about Clary is over the journey he's been very durable. Like he gets through games. Like last year, we all assumed that he was just injured, and he still played 21 games, right? Like he still plays the games. I love the fact that he's looking fit, and hopefully we've got another big year from him.
I think the thing that I like most about Clary is that he had such like an easy out. Like we know what he had gone through the past year and a half or whatever it was, and he never said anything like. And I don't want this to sound bad, but like he could have so easily said like, I'm not well, whatever. But he owned what he did. Like if you listen to his interviews, he basically just says, I wasn't the person or the player that I wanted to be. And I got to kick up the bum, and then I've trained my ass off, and now I find myself here. And even like he got asked about being on the trade table, and he said, yeah, I completely understand that. Like I would do the same thing because I wasn't the person or the player that I should be.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a really good thing for him. Like he's just owned everything. He could have so easily been like, oh no, I don't feel well. This is what's happening. But he's gone the other way, and he's just put his head down, and he's worked so hard, and now it looks like it's paying off.
Can we?
That was amazing, by the way.
Fantastic,
Love
perfect.
that.
Can we all just? Do
on.
we think Clary is our favourite player ever for the club?
Yeah, he's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is mine.
Probably Max.
Like Max is, I think it's Clary and Max on par.
Are you Max?
I think I'm Max.
Yeah, I'm Max as well.
I think I've had more enjoyment
I love Clary.
from pure like watching Max on the field. Like Clary on the
Are
field.
hang on, are we doing all time?
The bang bang bang.
All time.
The bang bang
Oh.
bang is.
We're
great.
only 30, mate.
But also Max's prelim was pretty good.
Yeah.
All time.
But
Yeah, we're
Clary's
gonna
on-field performance
We're
week in, week out, just fucking cheap.
All
Cross.
time. Farmer is still very.
Uze up there.
Yeah,
Farmer,
but they won't.
Farmer
Imagine-
was the
They
one.
didn't win a flag.
Imagine trying to do your top 10. We'll do that one day.
Mm.
Robbo be up there for me.
I'll do it now if you want.
I love Robbo.
Almost be no K4 because I don't have any of them.
Jaro was
Schwartz.
up there.
Uze was. Oh, Jarrah, don't get me started on him. Fuck.
All right, predictions, because we've got to get out of here.
Are we done?
Yeah, but then we got to talk about D-Man before we leave, just really quickly. Sam, I'll come to you
Can
first.
you get on the mic?
Yeah, we'll get him on the mic, but Sam, I'll come to you first with predictions.
All right. I'm confident, as I said at the start. So I think we'll win by 6 goals, and going to get a few goals out of Rue this week. I
Are
think
you going to take Tilly?
He started slowly. No, I won't. He started slowly, but I think he's going to break the shackles a little bit this week. He's had Sam Taylor on him week 1, and he just didn't have a great game last week. But I think he's going to kick 3 or 4, and we'll win by 6 goals.
Wow. I like it. Well, you're obviously last, Adzi.
I
Do
don't
you-
do the big ones anymore.
That era has passed.
I said I'll go. After hearing the ends and how desperate we are to get a win, I don't know why. I'm feeling a win.
You've changed.
Dark as can
Darker.
see the light.
Huge.
Oh, like it.
I don't like this.
I feel like it's gonna be
Stay
a big
dark.
first quarter, bang 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 kind of stuff, and that will set us up. But it'll be a nail biter, and we'll win a close one, and we'll win by 9 points. And Petracca will just announce.
Ooh,
Announce himself.
I love how you
I
kept
feel like
saying
he's-
announce on the weekend.
I feel like a Norm Smith is pretty announced already. But
Remember when he kept announcing Jeffo? Jeffo get near the ball and marker in the seats on the
well,
weekend. and
Jeffo
be like, "Announce!"
had a huge quarter.
Maybe
Jeffo.
respond is a better word than
Yeah,
announce.
respond. Yeah.
Who have you got?
Well, I'm thinking about getting on the V line with my wife and daughter and coming up. Still weighing it up, but
Harry's
The-
going in.
okay. Well, that'd be
Sharpie,
good.
he won't be going in.
Yeah.
Flags
well,
going in as well. Righto.
I take solace in the fact that I went to the game up there last year, and we won it. And they hadn't lost a game there all year, and they hadn't won a game away all year. So maybe we will win. Maybe.
Okay.
So
Is that it?
That's your prediction,
Is
maybe?
so my prediction is I just think they're too good, and I think we'll get done by maybe 20 points.
Oof. Okay.
I just think they're young players.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
I'm just being honest.
Nah.
Just-
That's
like I can be delusional and think that we're just gonna fucking smash them, but I think they have really good players now.
To
Yeah,
Nug's
you've
point.
convinced me we're losing.
Yeah.
No, not Daka.
To
No,
Nug's
Duggar,
point,
no.
we are 5-12 in the last 17. We're 5-12.
Yeah, but we beat them
We're 12 and 0.
in that.
in the
So
last 12
I
against
think it'll
Gold
be
Coast.
close. I think it'll be close because I don't know if they know how to play on the G yet. So it'll be close, but I think I don't
don't
know. We
either.
just don't like close games. So maybe
I'm
just
with
done.
Daka.
Yeah, I'm with Daka.
I think 9 points as well. I've been thinking 9 points all week.
All right, I'll say 9 points for the Suns, and you guys can say 9
Sure.
points for the D's.
Thanks, mate.
And I agree. I think it's like they'll just come out, breathe a bit of fire, get a lead, hold it. Suns will just keep coming, and then we'll just find a way to win. We'll get let off the hook a lot. I reckon Ben King will miss a lot of sitters just for some reason. I've got him in my head. I also think we'll play Ed Langdon back on the wing. Shane
And not in the
Warne-Stan.
middle.
Get him out of the middle.
And I reckon he'll star.
Have
He'll
you
be one
seen
of our best
that, Adzi?
players.
Ed Langdon has been going in centre bounces.
Yeah, no, he sucks. At the
No,
centre,
no.
at the centre bounce.
No, but like that's a coaching error, surely.
Well, they'll recalibrate and they'll just put him on the wing.
Yeah, I get that, but like, is
Why
it
is he
because
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, but is it because someone's so gassed that they need to go off the field?
You're actually wrong as well. He only attended one centre bounce against GWS, and it was the very last one.
And he did against North as well.
No, against North, he attended like half of them, 45% of them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He attended half of them against North, but in the week before, he only attended one, but it was the one where
the
Petracca,
most crucial one.
the one where Petracca
It's good
wasn't
coaching.
in there.
Yeah, no. So that's
Crazy.
like Chris Scott's not doing that.
Yeah.
Like
True.
putting their
I'm going
wingman
to put my best player out of the bounce.
No,
yeah, and let's just chuck a winger who's never won a contested ball.
In
But
saying
but
that, though-
but he's a good player. Like Ed Langdon's a good player. He's
Yeah,
been great
yeah,
for
yeah.
us.
In saying
Treasure
that,
player.
I
We
think-
love him.
I think we're going to win by 1 trillion
Hope.
points. No, I
A
honestly
trillion.
think we'll start hot. We'll come out. We've got a point to prove. I also just have this weird feeling that Langford's the kind of guy where stuff just works for him, and I just can't see him losing his first game.
So he's gonna get like 10 clearances.
First proper game.
Centre clearances?
Yeah, well, it is his first game. Like,
Does
What's his
Syme keep
second
him?
game?
Does Syme keep him in the middle?
I hope not. No, he'll
No, he will.
he'll probably yeah. I know it's his first proper game, but it's like the quarter. I'm not really counting.
Sure,
Mm.
that's fair.
If he's the sub, we'll probably lose. But if he's not, we're winning.
All on him.
Yeah, I think Lever and May back is huge. Just the confidence that will bring to the team as well. Like when you're running out with the team and you see your two generals going into defence, that probably gives the mids
Haven't
as
even
well
thought about that,
a lot of confidence. Like last week, they would know if they don't win the centre clearance and it turns over, you've got no Lever and May there, so you're in trouble. Whereas now they know if we don't win this, there's not as much pressure on because we've got these two guys back there that will probably cut it off.
Well, Lever played the last 2 games
Yeah, but he went off.
He went off.
in the
And
the
King
end.
for them kicked the bag last
Yeah.
time they played, so it's a huge in for us.
Jono's a big in as well because it just frees up Roo.
Love Jono. He attacks it the way that
Yeah.
we want our forwards to attack it.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to hurt some people in the games coming up because
Well, he already has. He
He'll
got
hurt
suspended.
himself.
yeah,
too.
he'll hurt himself. He'll hurt our players. Hopefully
How
not too
good
many
is
of
it
them.
seeing the big white head in the forward 50 that just stands out, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
he's a presence.
Yeah, look,
And
like let's not overstate it. He had 7 touches.
he's a
himself.
superstar of the
and,
game,
and he,
mate.
And he missed a shot to,
Yeah,
to,
no,
to
no.
win the game. But
He lost us the game, essentially.
Darker.
Fucking hell, Darker.
How
How many points do we win by?
I reckon we'll win by 50 points.
50, only 50. That
No,
shows
conservative.
that he's
I
not
stopped
comfortable.
doing my ridiculous predictions last
no,
year.
no.
Oh, so you're actually being realistic. You think
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
think
50?
we'll win by 50
Oh,
points.
he's changed.
Yeah.
Okay, realistic 50.
They're on
Shit.
the G. They fucking suck on the G. Like,
They're 310 on the road.
No, but what are their stats on the G?
Wouldn't be good.
Get them up.
No.
Get them up.
Just
They
a
wouldn't
few
play there
guys
a
on
lot.
some of the D's chats talk about the fact that Spargo came in.
Mm.
They're saying it's ridiculous he's come in and now he's out injured again. They think he was rushed back. What do we,
Oh.
like
What
why
did- what
was
did
he
he
rushed
injure?
back? He's not an
He's
A
hard.
grader, and now he's straight back out again.
Depends on what he's got.
He's never been an A grader.
Depends on what he's got.
What's he?
But he's
we
been a
don't know what
cozy
injury.
player. Like, he's a premiership player.
flag.
We love him.
Had an Achilles problem for ages.
Yeah, I know, but like that.
How the
he's
fuck do you have
overcome
an
that. Is
Achilles problem?
Has it flared
And
up
just
again? Or?
Fix it.
Don't know.
All right.
A bit
Derek?
more disclosure from the club would be nice, especially with like Caleb Winds's infection on his foot.
Now, Derek,
How does that take you out for 2
and-
weeks? What the fuck?
hang on. So Derek doesn't have to switch here.
Yeah, okay, we can move on. Thanks, Derek.
Is that it? Thanks.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks,
we
mate.
Can we get you in?
No, he doesn't have to.
You take my seat.
You come sit on my lap.
Take my seat, Derek.
You just take
Get
the
in there,
seat,
mate.
Just real
I'll put the
quickly.
headphones
Saints have had a win.
Make sure the camera's on you.
I'll put the headphone on.
Make sure the camera's on you. And then, yeah. Well, we'll give you a little gift here. Oh, well, thank you gift. So I need to don't touch a thing, Nuggets. If you actually want a job, don't touch a thing, all right?
Sounds way better. in the headphones.
Oh, does it? Nice. Now, Derek, you've been nothing short of extraordinary, mate. You've put up with us, riffraff, and the vaping as well.
No, base.
What are you
you
talking about?
I love how these guys that aren't
Speak
on
for
camera
yourself, mate.
There was a
blow it across the camera.
there was a production house that we did a trial run with before we chose you. And little backstory: the boys were vaping in the studio,
What boys? What are you talking about?
I didn't do
and in the edit, the bloke hit me up and he's like, "Oh, I saw people vaping during the record. This is before we chose you." And instead of manning up and accepting responsibility, I said, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Must have
Even
been your wiring.
even though we were on video,
Even though we're on video and
Just
you
say
can
it wasn't
see
me.
and I'm talking and like vape is just coming past my fucking nose, and I'm like, "Don't know what you're talking about." And that was before we chose you. So thanks for letting the boys vape.
No worries.
Thanks for letting us smash beers.
Count the Saints.
And thank you for just being the ultimate professional. We love you.
Yeah.
thanks, Derek.
On you,
Appreciate
Derek.
it.
It's emotional.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And what's your heritage, just quickly, because that's Irish whiskey.
Well, Scottish.
Oh, well, yeah. Fuck.
But I do love an Irish whiskey, that's for sure.
Fuck, I went for. I thought
Thanks,
maybe
mate.
Irish.
Much
Thank you very much.
appreciated.
I'm getting out of here. But this is my favourite ever podcast to be recorded.
Not
in.
Rob's.
No.
Yeah.
I do love. Look, I love Rob's, especially when Mert's on and stuff like that.
True.
But yeah, good time, guys. The only ones. No, you're not the only ones to get their shirts off.
Oh.
No, we saw that one.
We saw that one.
Take 'em off.
The only men to get your shirts off in the studio.
Take 'em off.
It's been brilliant.
Is it take off?
Take 'em off.
And good luck with it all. You guys are going to.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Derek.
Cheers.
Take off. Yeah.
Go
Thank you, Derek.
Saints.
We love you.
Thanks for
We'll
listening.
speak soon. Go Saints. We'll wrap it up there. I think that's it. No, doesn't have to jump back in.
Go D's.
That's it. We're
Come
done.
on, Demons.
That's it.
Come on, D's.
Come on.
Respond.
Please win.
See
I
you at
want
the
to win
G.
so bad.
Come
Make
to
my
the
Monday
G.
good.
Please win.
Come to the G.
Fucking win.